She cheated on me. Twice. And after everything I still did for her, she didn't even have the decency to lie about it. So I didn't yell, I didn't argue, I didn't even respond. I just opened an app, and with one tap, I made her entire house fall apart. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted and imagined getting even in the most perfectly subtle way, go ahead and hit subscribe. Drop a like, because this story, this isn't loud revenge. This is the kind that creeps in quietly and hits where it hurts the most. Let's get into it. If you've ever been betrayed by someone you trusted and imagined getting even in the most perfectly subtle way, go ahead and hit subscribe. Drop a like, because this story, this isn't loud revenge. This is the kind that creeps in quietly and hits where it hurts the most. Let's get into it. I was 27 when I met her. She had 2 kids, 5 and 8, and honestly, that should have scared me off. But it didn't, because she wasn't just some random person. She felt real, grounded, like someone who had already been through life's chaos and came out stronger. And the kids? They weren't a burden. They were part of the picture. The kind of picture you start imagining yourself in. Family dinners, movie nights, a life that felt stable. So yeah, I moved in fast. Maybe too fast. But when things feel right, you don't sit there analyzing every little risk. You just jump. And for a while, it worked. I became part of their routine. I set up my TV in the living room, hooked up my Xbox, let the kids use my iPad. I wasn't just mom's boyfriend. I was there, present, helpful. The kind of guy who stays up helping with homework or lets them win a game just to hear them laugh. And somewhere along the way, I stopped feeling like a guest. I felt like I belonged. About 6 months in, everything changed. I don't even remember how I found out the first time. It wasn't dramatic. No screaming, no broken glass, just that sinking feeling. You know the one, where something feels off, and then suddenly everything makes sense in the worst possible way. She cheated. And I remember sitting there, staring at nothing, trying to process it. Because the hardest part isn't the betrayal itself, it's the questions that come after. Was I not enough? Did I miss something? Was any of it real? But here's the thing. I stayed. Yeah, I know. People love to say I would have left immediately, but reality isn't that clean. There were kids involved, a life already halfway built, memories that didn't just disappear overnight. So we tried to fix it, except something inside me had already shifted. I moved out, got my own apartment, but we didn't break up, not really. And because my name was on the internet bill, I kept paying it. $30 a month. It wasn't about the money, it was about continuity. Like somehow keeping that connection alive meant we still had a chance. Fast forward 6 months. We hit our 1-year anniversary, and for a brief moment, I thought maybe we'd made it through the worst. Then my birthday was coming up, and that's when everything fell apart again. I texted her one night. Simple question. Did you stay over at his place? Hours passed. No response. And you already know what that silence feels like. It's louder than any answer. Finally, my phone buzzed. Not a message, a shared note. Yeah, a note. I opened it, and there it was. Yes, I did. I've been having a great time. That was it. No apology, no hesitation, no respect. Just blunt honesty wrapped in complete indifference. And in that moment, something inside me didn't break. It went cold. I didn't reply. Not that night, not the next day. I just sat with it. The anger wasn't explosive. It was heavy, like a weight pressing down on your chest, making it hard to even breathe properly. I kept replaying everything. The first time I forgave her, the things I left behind for the kids, the money I was still spending for a life I wasn't even part of anymore. And then something clicked. not emotionally, logically. The internet bill, still in my name, still being paid by me, still powering everything in that house. The TV, the Xbox, the iPad, the same devices those kids relied on every single day, not just for fun, but for structure, for distraction, for peace. And I knew exactly what I was doing. This wasn't random. It was precise, targeted, quiet. I never got a message about it. No angry texts, no accusations, and honestly, that made it even better, because it meant either one, she knew exactly why it happened, or two, she didn't even realize I still had that kind of control. Both felt satisfying, not in a loud, triumphant way, but in a quiet, controlled, balance-restored kind of way. For once, she had to deal with consequences she couldn't ignore, and I didn't have to say a single word. It wasn't my proudest moment. I'm not going to pretend it was. But sometimes closure doesn't come from apologies. It comes from knowing you finally stopped giving more than you were getting and took your power back. So tell me, what would you have done? Would you walk away quietly or flip the switch like I did? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoy stories where karma doesn't knock, it logs in and disconnects everything, hit that like button and subscribe, because the next story might be even colder than this one.